Hey everybody, it's Annette. I wanted to talk today about pain, go back to talking about pain. I know we talked about anxiety and some depression on my other videos, but since I started this specifically to talk about all three, but primarily to document my path and the things I was dealing with on the bilateral PRP uh, knee procedure that I had, I wanted to kind of start talking about chronic pain today and living with chronic pain. So this video will not be done at one time. It's going to be kind of it's going to have to go in stages because there's no way we could make a movie out of it. And nobody wants to sit here that long and listen to me prattle on about that. So I'm going to put my little remote control down. So, because I have to talk with my hands. How it started, uh, about 18 years old, I was in a car with my boyfriend, and I'm going to put photos in the post below. But we were driving to the university where I was taking courses, and I had to work on a paper that day. So my boyfriend at the time was driving me. Was a Pontiac Sunbird, if I recall correctly, the make and model of that car. Very small, compact car. And we were going by the high school on the way to where the university was. And I noticed the time that students were leaving. And I told him, I said, slow down a little bit. The kids are leaving school. So he did. He slowed down a little bit. And then this big truck was like one of those old, look, 60s kind of trucks, like built like a tank, was at the exit to the school. And literally, as soon as we passed in front of it, he must have hit the pedal and slammed into the car. I don't remember anything but seeing the truck coming. Somebody said that I screamed. When I came to, I'd gotten knocked out. There was glass everywhere. The window was gone. There was a truck headlamp in my lap, and the bottom passenger right wheel on the inside was caved in. So my foot was kind of crammed under that. So we took a really hard hit. My boyfriend did not get hurt as badly. He was in the driver's seat, so he did not take the impact like I did. And thank God he was okay. I mean, shook up, obviously. So I didn't know what was going on. I remember people helping me get out of the car. I remember a lady coming to help me, and apparently I had a gash in my head. From what I could put together, the headlight of the truck broke through the window, hit my head, and from the impact of me going forward, and then put a gash in my head. So she was treating that wound. I had glass all in my right arm, pieces of glass. I still have some scars from that. And then I don't know how I got the black eye. I don't know what hit my eye or what my head hit or anything. Like I said, I blacked out. So I had black eye, glass all through my body, and then a gash in my head. At that time, seatbelts were not mandatory. A lot of people in the 80s, we didn't even think to do that. Not like we do now. And I did wonder at the time, had I been wearing a seatbelt and not moved forward, sorry, I have to keep doing these actions, but I'm very animated. If I had not moved forward where the headlight hit the back of my head, would it have hit my eye? I don't know. I don't want to know, really. Rather have the gash in the head than the eye taken out. But anyway, that was the beginning of me experiencing chronic pain. obviously I had the pain of everything else, stitches in the head, the wounds on the arm healing, and just dealing from that trauma of that experience. And for the first time in my life at 18, I'm going to a chiropractor because I had taken a hard hit, had the whiplash, and then experienced my very first migraine. So I had to, for years, to manage that pain and that stiffness, have routine chiropractor visits. And that did help. And I really had gotten to a point where I was really healed from that, very, very seldom needed an adjustment or needed to do anything really. I didn't have a lot of pain. Fast forward to my early 30s, I'm in a car, a bigger car, sedan, four-door sedan, turning left to go somewhere. I'm at a dead stop. Did not see the person coming up behind me. Somebody in a utility truck rammed my rear end. And at that time, we were wearing buckles. Since then, the headaches and the backache and the chiropractor visits have gone on. So that's been a long time. If that happened when I was in my early 30s, then I've been dealing with this and managing that type of pain for years now. That's how the chronic pain started. And I do take ibuprofen for that. With the PRP right now, I'm laying off the ibuprofen and just taking a Tylenol here and there when I need it, and going to get the chiropractor adjustments. Thank God we have. Back then, masseuses were not you didn't see them around our area. Again, we're in a small area. So we have masseuses now, and I do get massages when I can. And that really helps too with getting those knots out and helping me feel more relaxed. And the one thing that I'd like to ask is that, because if you see somebody who says they're dealing with chronic pain, but they're not acting like you think they ought to act, like they're not in tears, they're not breaking down, we live with it every day. If we were crying and on the ledge every day, that wouldn't be healthy for us. We have to find other outlets. And I say this because I remember when I was pregnant and getting ready to go into labor with my first baby, I was in the hospital. I was having contractions. I'd been hurting for hours. And they had me walk around the floor. And I was talking with my husband, and we were kind of giggling back and forth. And I overheard one of the nurses saying, "She's not in labor." Well, a few hours later, I was holding the baby in my arms. So for other people to minimize someone else's pain because we're not acting like they think we need to act, I find that very dehumanizing and not taking seriously another person's pain. You can't tell what I'm feeling any more than I can tell what you're feeling. And I think that, you know, in all due respect, just to have that compassion and that empathy and believe what the other person is saying. So, chiropractor visits, yoga, there are really good poses for the yoga to help with the stiff back. Like I said, our bodies are like a rubber band. If we don't stretch those out, then they get tighter and tighter and tighter. The more we kind of keep those loose and lubricated, the less pain we experience. I also sleep every night. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's an acupuncture mat. It goes under your back. It's filled with foam. I got mine off of eBay. You can get them off anywhere, Amazon. And I've known people who sleep with these like I do. These are very pokey. I don't know if you can tell. They will seriously poke. But when you're in extreme pain, I fall asleep on mine, skin on the mat, not through a shirt. I'm laying, remove my shirt, lay on the mat, have my elevated pillows, and fall asleep. The acupuncture helps so much with loosening whatever's gone on that day with my body and helping me get in a relaxation state to fall asleep. So that's basically how, we'll call this part one. It's basically how I don't call it my train ride to hell, but the path in my life with chronic pain began was with a car accident. And everybody's story is different. It could be hereditary, it could be arthritis, it could be any number of things with us, physical deformity in our back or spine. I mean, everybody's story is different. This just happens to be my story. So that's how it started. Those are the things I do to manage it. I do have a little kink in my shoulder right now, behind under my blade, that I've been working out. I have one of those. Another thing that I use is one of those massage seats with the rollers. They go up and down. You can put it on heat, and it's just little balls that roll. I don't like the vibrating thing. I think that's kind of useless. It's annoying as crap to me. I like the balls that roll up and down and apply the pressure. So, got a cat trying to get in here with me. Those things work well too. And especially if you're trying to target certain areas of your back. And last night I could just feel it rubbing over that one sore spot. And it's better today, but I still need to do another couple treatments on it. So I hope that kind of helps explaining where my chronic pain started, how I live with it day to day. Does it always hurt? Back and neck, for the most part, have some level of pain every day. Some not as much as others. It just depends on the day and what my body's gone through and how stiff I might get, or even how I might sleep. There is hope. Again, the chiropractor, the masseuse, the acupuncture mat bring a lot of relief. It's something that we don't ask for. Chronic pain, nobody wants it. I don't know anybody on this platform or anywhere else who would go, yes, I would like a dose of decades of chronic pain, please. No, nobody wants that. So what we have to do is work with what we have. The card that we've been dealt, fair or unfair, something we cannot control that we got, but something that we can control that we have, if that makes any sense. We didn't ask for it, but we got it. But we can control how we treat it and what we do to bring ourselves relief and peace from that pain. So I hope this helps explain. I'll continue on later on describing some of the other things I've dealt with, which obviously when I first started this YouTube channel was my knees. But we're gonna talk about all of it. I think it's important that we admit that we're open and transparent about where we hurt, and then how we can do things to heal ourselves and to give us the best quality of life possible. So, as always, I love y'all. Hope this helped. Take care, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.